Our official high reached 85. Our low was 71. And we've had no rainfall measured at the airport. For tonight, there will be a very slight chance of a light shower or a sprinkle till about 10 o'clock. Otherwise, variable cloudiness becoming clear late tonight. Our low about 65 degrees. Tomorrow, nice day. Sunshine, fair weather clouds, less humid with a high of 83. It'll be a dandy. Tomorrow night, clear and mild with a low of 60. Thursday, sunny and pleasantly warm with a high of 85, and that's pretty much the way it'll be then on through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. From fair to partly sunny, seasonably warm, lows in the 60s, highs in the 80s, and reasonable relative humidity. That's the part I like best of all.
Much better, much better. Thank you, Stan.
I think we've got it.
We mean it this time, really. Thank you, Stan.
Well, coming up in the next half hour, can celebrities influence our attitudes toward AIDS? And have stars privately changed their own lifestyles? AIDS in Hollywood, Part 2.
And a burglary suspect is recuperating after being shot by police this morning on the city's Near East Side.
I'm Eric Halverson. Is the United States to blame for rioting at a Saudi Arabian shrine? We'll give you one opinion later on News 8.
Do it all at Kings Island. How we're gonna play world away. See what's new, tried and true.
Feel the grip of new Vortex and save up to $5 per person with Kings Island discount coupons from Kroger. Go Krogering and save. Pick up your Kings Island coupons today.
You know we're gonna fly, touch the sky, have a blast, do it fast, do it all, do it all. Come on, at Kings Island, do it all, do it all.
For one day only, Wednesday at Highland. This 14-day programmable VHS video recorder is just $159. For one day only, Wednesday at Highland. This Sony AV receiver with 35 watts per channel is just $157. For one day only, Wednesday at Highland. Save on this Whirlpool countertop microwave oven with automatic timer, just $88. Save on many specially priced items. Wednesday only at Highland. For one day only.
Kroger presents Purple, Purpler, and Pint Size. Brand new from Nabisco. First, new honey-made raisin grahams. The raisins make them purple. Then there's new grape Newtons. Real grapes make them even purpler. And finally, new Ritz Bits crackers. It's their size that makes them pint size. Purple, Purpler, and Pint Size. New from Nabisco. And at Kroger now.
Tender, delicious deep-sea finger lobster served with a juicy sirloin steak. The rich man's dinner that everybody can afford. Sizzler.
A burglary suspect is recuperating at Wishart Hospital tonight. This morning, he was shot by Indianapolis police. It happened about 4 o'clock this morning on the city's Near East Side. Officer Stephen Staletovich shot the suspect, 26-year-old Michael Allen Mead, after the two men battled in an alley. According to authorities, Mead was caught in the act ripping off a home on North Jefferson. Staletovich used a department-approved backup .357 Magnum. He lost his primary weapon during the struggle. The shooting will be reviewed by an IPD board. On the city's near north side this afternoon, an Indianapolis man was killed in a dispute over a crap game. Around noon, 27-year-old Willie White stabbed his stepfather, David Norton, in the neck. The incident occurred at 25th and Martin Luther King Drive. Norton was taken to Methodist Hospital, where he later died. White, who was on parole at the time, has been charged with murder.
And in other news, a 44-year-old Cuban immigrant who has been living alone in Indianapolis did not die from natural causes as police originally believed, but he was murdered. On Sunday, Roe Valdez was found on the kitchen floor of his near North Side apartment. An autopsy has revealed he had been shot 3 times. Police say they have no suspects and they are having a difficult time learning much about the victim because his friends only speak Spanish. This is one of the holiest days on the Islamic calendar. It's a celebration coinciding with the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, Islam's holiest shrine. The pilgrimage, called the Hajj, is supposed to unify the Islamic world, but over the weekend it was marred by violence. Special assignment reporter Eric Halverson reports rioting in Mecca is heaping new criticism on Iran.
Hundreds of people were killed in this rioting at Mecca. Saudi Arabia says those who died were killed by Iranian demonstrators who, the Saudi government says, carried concealed knives into the religious observance.
That's not the first time there have been disruptions in Mecca, and the Iranians are frequently blamed. But an Arabic student in Plainfield says, in his opinion, this time the Iranians were set up.
Abdul Ali Musa says he believes it was the Saudi security force which provoked the violence.
The Saudi government is the one that's in charge. The Saudi government is the one that's managing the Hajj. So they're the ones that's more able to set this situation up.
Musa says we don't understand the link between religion and politics in the Islamic world.
This is how Islam is a whole body. It's not like you go to the church on Sunday and you hear the golden rule, then you come back out into society and it's every man for himself.
So Ayatollah Khomeini, Musa says, is an excellent Islamic leader guiding the world's only Islamic nation. And that, he says, is seen as a threat by the United States.
The United States support all these so-called moderate. When they mean moderate, they mean non-Islamic. Okay, non-Islamic. The people are Muslims, but the government is strictly secular.
That, Musa suggests, is what links the United States to this rioting, an attempt to reduce the Islamic threat. Eric Halverson, News 8 in Plainfield on special assignment.
And the United States says any claims linking this country to the violence are totally without foundation.
A federal regulation that broadcasters have lived with for 38 years, the Fairness Doctrine, today was declared unconstitutional by the Federal Communications Commission. The FCC voted unanimously to get rid of the policy that requires broadcasters to air all sides of controversial public issues. President Reagan supports the FCC decision, but some citizens groups and some members of Congress do not. And it's expected they will fight to keep the Fairness Doctrine on the books. Coming up at Harding Sports right after this.
I'm Jim Barber on the scene at Anderson. The plight of Cornelius Bennett. Next on Sports 8.
New Chicken Littles.
New Chicken Littles.
New Chicken Littles.
You taste so very nice.
Oh, I
love your 11 herbs and spices.
love you.
And your little 39-cent price.
My love.
I found you at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So strong.
And little darling, you taste so grand. I love to hold you in my hand. New Chicken Little sandwiches. You cost just a little, but people love you a lot.
Everything's up to date here at Broad Ripple Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, I'm Larry Holwald. Our new high-rise building is finally up. Our completely equipped sheet metal shop is ready to go. Our marketing staff is ready to explain your comfort options. For comfort, dependability, and economy, we recommend only the latest in air conditioners and the Bryant Plus 90 natural gas furnace with 2 months free gas when you buy from us at Broad Ripple Heating and Air Conditioning. At Broad Ripple Heating and Air Conditioning, we're making more room for the ducks. Quack, quack.
Ordinary health care plans force you to fill out claim form after claim form. It adds up to a major headache. But now there's a comprehensive health care alternative that cuts through the confusion. Key Health Plan, with far fewer claim forms, far fewer bills, and no headaches. Only top-quality health care, plus the security of knowing Key Health Plan is owned by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Indiana. Ask your employer about Key Health Plan for health care that's carefree.
When disaster strikes, what kids need is a great big hug and a squeeze of Mediquick antibiotic ointment. Mediquick has 3 antibiotics. Mediquick, for quick protection against infection.
Red alert! Red alert!
Ow.
Red sunburn hurt.
Unguentine unburns the pain and moisturizes to undo the dryness.
Red alert! Red alert! Unburn that sunburn with Unguentine.
Time for sports, and
Wait
why...
a minute.
They're having
Mike
a
Ahern is doing the announcing in the Pan Am Service. Great. See if you can say this name. See if you can say that name.
Eduardo Jardín.
No, not that one.
Not that one.
Try this one. Try this one.
Oh, look at that.
Arturo Davila Rosiles.
He's not doing
Is that
too
close
badly.
enough?
That's not too
close enough.
I got it.
I want to see why they're picking on a middle-aged pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. We ought to see this tape.
Call him Art.
Oh, you
Call
will.
him Art.
Let's talk about football.
Okay.
All right, can we do that right now? By the way, the Colts have trimmed their roster by 9. The biggest name in the cuts today, 4-time Pro Bowl safety Dwight Hicks. Hicks, of course, has played various defensive backfield positions around his National Football League days. He was a safety with the Colts last year, picked out 2 passes for the Colts, started 6 games, played in 9. He joined the Colts just before midseason. One of his passes, of course, picked off against Buffalo, and one of them picked off in this game here against New England. The 9 cut today leaves Ron Meyer's roster at just under 90 at 88. First preseason game is a week from Saturday at Detroit. Still missing from the roster, the Colts' #1 pick, Cornelius Bennett. In fact, just under half of the first-round picks, 13 to be exact, are unsigned to the NFL. To help get us a feel what Cornelius Bennett might be going through, what the Colts might be going through as this holdout grows, here's Jim Barber.
You realize that it is a business. It's all about winning and getting the right people in, and it is a business, no doubt about it.
And as of tonight, this man, Colts owner Bob Irsay, and this man, Colts top draft pick Cornelius Bennett, have failed to do business. So while Bennett waits at home, the Colts continue to work in Anderson. With this in mind, we pursued two players who might be familiar with Bennett's plight. Dwayne Bickett, the team's #1 pick in 1985, and John Hand, the #1 pick in 1986.
It's just as frustrating for him, I'm sure, as it is for the team. You know, it was frustrating for me when I was sitting around there wanting to play football, but knowing I haven't signed yet, and wanting to get your fair, you know, what you feel you're due. And there's always going to be a bit of a clash there, but it's just as frustrating for him. And you know, we're all looking forward to get him into camp and get this team set on the right foot.
I can understand what he's going through, him and his agents and the coach and their personnel, you know, because that's all part of football. His agents looking out for him, and the coach is looking out for him and themselves. But yeah, I can see where they're coming from, but I know it'll hurt you at first, missing all that, what we're going through now, but it can be made up.
Like two previous holdouts, Dwayne Bickett and John Hand, Cornelius Bennett has missed part of training camp. The difference between Bennett and the other two is the fact that Bennett has not attended a minicamp. And that is George Hill, the Colts defensive coordinator's main point of contention.
He's really never lined up in any Colt defense at all, so he's going to really start from scratch when he gets here, and we'll have to spend a lot of extra time with him, and it's going to have to be, you know, to get him through where he can perform at a capacity where he won't hurt the rest of the football team.
Jim Barber in Anderson, Wish TV Sports 8.
And as of this hour, Bennett is the only one missing. The Colts signed their last free agent defensive back, John Holt, today. By the way, Green Bay has reached agreement with their #1 pick, Brent Fullwood. He was the 4th player taken in the draft. 3 years, $1.5 million is his base salary. Baseball is swirling tonight. A pitcher has been caught scuffing the ball. I have to use the word allegedly, though, don't I? Yep. He is Minnesota's veteran knuckleballer, Joe Niekro. In California last night, with this 1-1 pitch to Downing call for a strike, the umpire said, "Let me see the ball." So when Joe throws the ball conveniently on the ground to the umpire, he picks it up. He wants to see his glove. Well, as Joe flips the glove, he puts the sandpaper in his back pocket, and then he tries one of the worst acting jobs in history. As he flips out of his pocket, he throws an emery board and sandpaper. Watch it again in slow motion. Joe Niekro saying, "Who, me? I mean, I always have this stuff." Watch it in slow motion. What is that thing he's flinging away? Oh, well, here's Joe Niekro.
Not a good knuckleball, man. I foul my fingernails sometimes between innings or before I start, or if I don't feel they're right, I'll foul them. But you know, what can I say?
Does that mean that whenever you start?
He says he files his fingernail. This is an emery board. That's just a fingernail thing. Imagine keeping this thing in the pocket, and he also was caught with sandpaper. Oh, come on. Yeah. No, I don't know how to. You know what he would do? He would have it in his hand. He would take it and just do that. Look how that scuffs up. Can you see that? Can you focus on those things? Yeah, look at that, huh? And what that does is when he pitches the ball, it forces it to drop down, go about 55 feet, and then drop down. And he keeps it tuned with his emery board. Of course, it's all innocent. He says he's been doing it his entire life. He faces, by the way, a possible 10-day suspension by the American League president if he is found guilty. And I don't think any man has ever been caught at anything more than he. Chicago Cubs send Maddox down to the minor leagues. They released Ron Davis today. Indianapolis Indians play those Iowa Cubs at Busch Stadium tonight. And Notre Dame has a new athletic director. His name is Richard Rosenthal, former Irish basketball player. Succeeds Gene Corrigan, who's gone to the Atlantic Coast Conference as its commissioner. So scuffing a baseball.
You got a guy who's at the twilight of his career. Right. He should have a couple of advantages other people don't have.
You know, the amazing thing is he's a knuckleball pitcher primarily. Yeah. And it is logical that a knuckleball pitcher would not want to have long fingernails. So it's logical that he'd want to do it. The question is, would they grow during a game?
No. Okay. All right. I think you're right. I'm not sure. Back after this.
Mayor Hudnut had good news in his proposed 1988 budget for the city. Will it mean good news for his mayoral campaign? I'm Athel Micco. Coming up, we'll take a look at that issue.
Take your choice, take your choice. One set of prints and a roll of film. Or if you choose, you can get 2 sets of prints for the same low price.
Bring your film to People's Drugstores for processing and get a free roll of top quality film with 1 set of prints. Or for the same low price, choose 2 sets of prints. Your choice from People's.
Your #1 photo store.
Hi, I'm your teeth.
And I have a problem. Plaque. In between teeth where brushing can't get. Plaque that can cause early gum disease called gingivitis. Stimudent removes plaque from between teeth with just one hand in 1 minute. It's the Stimudent Minute. It's easy. Try the Stimudent Minute for healthier gums and teeth that can last a lifetime.
Stimudent from Johnson & Johnson to remove plaque with just one hand in 1 minute. Nowadays, when it comes to telecommunications, there's a great deal of confusion. With so many different products and services available, it's a real problem knowing what's just right for your company. Well, we have a way to end that confusion and solve those problems. We can help custom tailor an entire telecommunications system to your company's exact needs. No. GTE.
Ogle-Tucker Buick has started their closeout sale of all 87 Buicks early. The reason being, Buick Motor Division is now offering up to $1,200 cash rebates or 3.9% financing. So by starting now, we can offer you closeout prices and for a limited time, cash rebates or low-cost financing on all models. Believe me, there has never been in our 31 years a better time to buy a new Buick than now at Ogle-Tucker Buick, 7250 North Keystone.
And it'll cost $10 million more next year to run the Indianapolis public school system, according to a proposed 1988 budget, which will be announced later tonight. School leaders say a longer school year and anticipated salary increases are included in the new $248 million budget. To raise the additional funds, taxes for Marion County residents living within the IPS boundaries would increase slightly. The owner of a home with a market value of $30,000 would pay $422 a year to support the schools. Now, before a final budget is approved, however, the public will have an opportunity to respond on August the 18th at 7 o'clock at the Education Center. Mike?
Well, on paper, it's a taxpayer's dream, increased city services without increased taxes. That was the impression given last night when Mayor Hudnut introduced the 1988 city budget proposal. But is that an accurate impression? News 8's Ethel Micka takes a look at that and how it might affect the November mayoral election.
This proposal will allow us to increase our uniformed police strength by 10 officers next year. We plan to upgrade many of our public housing units and improve service delivery to the people who live in them.
Plus the long-awaited improved 911 system and no tax increase. But during Hudnut's 3 terms in office, there have been at least 4 new taxes introduced, and the city police force has lost nearly 130 sworn officers. But civilianization of inside jobs has allowed the number of police patrols to increase somewhat. Democratic opponent Brad Senden calls the mayor's promises of more attention to the neighborhoods and unburdening property tax owners a campaign whim. Independence Party candidate Carl Molthon takes issue with the mayor's desire to improve the much criticized 911 system.
911 was proposed in 1985. At the same time, Pan Am Plaza was proposed. At the same time, the Westin Hotel was proposed. At the same time, the Sports Fitness Center was proposed. All 3 of those are on target. 911 hasn't even begun.
Senden believes some sort of large tax increase looms on the horizon for the Circle Center Mall, even though Hudnut promises property tax owners won't pay for it.
The city will only enter into the project with a private developer if it is going to, in the long run, be of benefit to the citizens and to the city.
I mean, it's political talk is all it is.
Voter apathy may be the biggest issue facing all 3 candidates. The May primary saw record low voter turnout, and the same is predicted for this fall. Meanwhile, 1/3 of the county's registered voters have been purged from the registration rolls. That's the largest purge in county history. In Indianapolis, Ethel Micka, WISH TV, News 8.
A bargaining table in Louisville will be the site of contract talks that will affect many Indianapolis workers tomorrow. Management and union officials for Navistar International, the company that used to be known as International Harvester, will be negotiating. The new contract will cover 7,000 workers and 1,000 laid-off employees in Indianapolis and Springfield, Ohio.
Well, if you've been trying to find something to invest your money in, why not consider money itself? Rare coins, to be exact. Rare coins are still on the top 10 list of wise investments, but many times it's difficult to choose the right ones. Our money pro Steve Crowley will show us what's being done to help buyers and sellers of rare coins to avoid bad investments.
Years ago, this was just Tom Adler's hobby.
Today, his coin collection is so valuable, he keeps it in a bank vault.
I look at it as an investment, and I'm not really spending money, I'm just transferring it from one place to another, into one asset to another.
Tom started by collecting all the old coins he could find, rare or not, no matter what the condition. If he could start over, he says he'd search out only high-quality coins. Look for value. But finding high-quality rare coins isn't easy. There are more collectors than ever, and the demand for this limited supply of coins is growing. That's why today's collectors and investors pay more attention to the grade of the coin, its mint state condition. Coin dealer Bill Beasy is part of a revolution going on in the rare coin business. He's a member of a new group called the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS.
They have made some major advances in packaging and in the liquidation of rare coins, which have never been possible up until their creation.
PCGS grades coins professionally for a fee. Then they get sealed in a tamper-proof plastic case. All dealers part of this service guarantee they'll buy back the coin at the certified grade price, MS0 to MS70. MS means mint state. Consider this, a $2.50 gold piece graded as an MS62 is worth $1,150. Just 2 grades below at MS60, its value is only $600. Fair grading is everything. Coins have been graded for years by the American Numismatic Association and other private groups, and now we have the PCGS that guarantees fair grading for a price. So whenever you buy rare coins, always ask the dealer how he or she grades coins and whether or not the grading is official or informal. You don't want to buy high and sell low. Coin collector Tom Adler says the secret to buying is paying a fair, not an inflated price. I'm Steve Crowley with your Money Report.
And whether you're laid off or unemployed and looking for work, Channel 8's Job Track might be of some help. Here's today's applicant.
Hi, I'm Pam May with Tronatech Incorporated. We are seeking employees for both full and part-time data entry operators for all shifts. We require at least 2 years' experience, a good working record, and a willingness to work. If you are interested, please call. Thank you.
For more information, call 232-JOBS.
Tuesday and Wednesday, H.H. Gregg 2-day appliance sale. You save on an Amana 16 cubic foot free of frost 2-door refrigerator, just $4.99. H.H. Gregg's 2 days only appliance sale. Ends tomorrow.
Until now, there's been no effective way to stop fleas and ticks from getting on your pet. Now, revolutionary new Blockade from Hartz does just that. Hartz Blockade Repellent may just be your pet's best friend. You simply spray it on. It's this easy, and it repels fleas and ticks even before they get on your pet. Hartz is so confident that they're offering your money back if Blockade is not the best product on the market for flea and tick control that you've ever used. Hartz Blockade, your pet's best friend.
Zestfully clean. Zestfully clean. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
Do I look clean to you? Surprise. I'm not fully clean unless I'm zestfully clean. Soap leaves a sticky film on you that won't rinse away, but Zest rinses you fully clean.
Zestfully, zestfully, zestfully clean. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
WTPI.
The new favorite radio station of more and more people is 107.9 FM, WTPI. The comments are great. Love the soft hits. Not too loud, not too sleepy. Enjoy your no-repeat 9 to 5. We all listen at work every day. Glad I found WTPI. I like the 30 minutes of continuous music with less talk. Why don't you give the soft hits a try? We're at the top of the FM dial, 107.9 WTPI.
Pan Am Up Close with Ed Harding. Brought to you by Milk Promotion Services of Indiana and your local dairy farmers, and by Marsh Supermarkets.
On our Pan Am Up Close segment tonight, since the games themselves haven't begun actual competition, that starts this weekend. I thought we'd show you what an American athlete goes through. Now first, all the American athletes arrive at the airport. From the airport, their first stop is pretty close, just up here, to get their uniform. Okay, now that you've gotten here, you've gotten off the plane and you're comfortable, acclimated a little bit to Indianapolis, before you get to where you're going to be staying, you come here to pick up all your outfit. After all, it's a very colorful part. You get your basic garment bag, you have your bag. This is obviously a bag for a shooter for the American Pan Am team. Inside, you get all your outfits that you'd want, every bit of those. From here, you take that bag, then you go to the Olympic Village, and you get continually acclimated to Indianapolis.
While it is truly an American experience getting the red, white, and blue uniform, it is an international experience in the village itself. Here, Americans mix with athletes from Antillas Holandeses. Ron Bilton is a Canadian taekwondo athlete.
Well, we'll see 3 or 4 gold medals out of 8 weight divisions, for sure.
Robert Cottingham is an American saber fencer.
In a team event, it's going to be the Cubans. In the individual event, it's going to be the Canadians and the Cubans.
Hello. I just got your letter. And you called to get in the last word. I called to say, I'm sorry. Why do we always fight? We've been doing it for 40 years. We're good at it. Maybe that's just what sisters do. That and makeup.
Do it now. Not so long distance with Indiana Bell.
It's the monumental event you've been waiting for. Your Lincoln Mercury Dealers President's Week Sales Spectacular. We're out to offer spectacular values on every Lincoln, every Mercury in stock. Save over $1,600 on Mercury Sable with customer cash and popular equipment package savings. Over $1,500 on Mercury Cougar. Get $500 customer cash with Mercury Tracer. Hurry in now to one of our biggest sales events ever. The President's Week Sales Spectacular. Only at your Lincoln Mercury dealer.